To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Come on, everybody. Here we go. Up to Neverland.
You're funny. I like you already. My name's Mater. Like Mater, but without the tuh. What's your name?
Something, Robin. You're taking too many chances.
Chances? You must be joking.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
And now, our feature presentation.
Welcome to Movies with the Mouse podcast, a Disney Dad's podcast production exploring all Disney entertainment from movies, parks, and everything in between. I am your host, Jacob, sitting alongside my sidekick, my co-host, my best friend, my son,
Emmett.
What is up? Welcome to episode 68.
Yep.
Man, 68. I can't believe it.
Insane.
It's been a good run.
Yeah.
And we're not stopping.
No, not at all.
We're going full speed ahead. Of course, this week we are going to change it up a little bit because we teased a game that we were going to play, but unfortunately some family events this week kind of permitted my time, and I wasn't able to produce the segment that I wanted to for the feature presentation. So we're going to change it up. Not only, family stuff, but there was some big news that dropped this week, and it just got me thinking, we got to talk about this. So, But before we get into all of that, man, how have you been?
I've been all right.
Yeah, how was your week?
Nothing different than it usually is.
Right.
Just counting down the day. I got 2.25 day left of school.
Nice. That was always the exciting thing, man.
And I got that, and then other than that, just school and work and basketball.
Right.
Nothing has changed.
Not to mention, it's June 1st.
Yeah,
the
first of the month.
The time that we record this, June 1st, May went by quickly, and here comes June. And before you know it, we're going to be putting up pumpkins and getting our Halloween costumes ready because
I don't think we've done pumpkins for years.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's definitely been a while. But, I mean, it's just this year has blown by so incredibly fast. It's insane to me.
Yeah, crazy fast. Like, to think of it's June now and it feels like May started last week is insane. But
it's
just
gonna be
towards
May.
the end of school, it just speeds up so quick.
Right.
Like the days are slow, but the whole of the time, it's fast.
The days are slow, but the weeks go by really fast.
You want to know what's even crazier? I graduate a year from today.
That is insane.
A year from today is our graduation date, I'm pretty sure.
That is crazy.
So, insane to me. But yeah, nothing different with me. What's up with you?
Dude, kind of a crazy week. I mean, I had Memorial Day off, went and decorated some graves, did some of that kind of stuff. And then as far as the week, it was one of those weeks, nothing really crazy happened. Did some, worked for you a couple times, did some stuff around the house. Nothing incredibly insane. Saturday came, and guess what finally came?
Oh, what came?
My new washer and dryer.
Guys, they are way too over the moon excited about this washer and dryer.
You hit an age point where I guess that's like the excitement of your life is when you get a new appliance. So
they came into work yelling about the appliance, how cool it is, and then my mom spent probably 30 minutes showing us all her app that she can control the washer and dryer from.
It's pretty cool.
And it is just, it's not that cool.
I mean, it is pretty awesome.
It's nice, and it's nice to actually have because last we had a front loading washer, and they get dirty all the time. You got to sit there and clean them out, and it was annoying. And we had a dryer that kind of sucked, and then we had a really old dryer that was really loud and just when I say really loud, I mean this dryer has nothing on Kaylee.
No,
this dryer, you could be. So my room is probably 60 feet away from this.
Probably. Yeah,
with
maybe.
Both doors closed, it sounds like it is 5 feet from my head. It gets so incredibly
sounds like
loud.
A jetliner's taking off.
No, it seriously does.
It was super loud, but boy, did that thing dry.
Oh, yeah, no, it did amazing, but it was just... And it wasn't even just dryer noises of the tumbling of the clothes. it was that the drum hadn't been like oiled or anything in years, and so it was just screeching the entire time it ran.
It was rather insane.
And there was no like you couldn't like hit it on the top and stop. Like it just it'd do it for about 20 minutes, and then it would stop for like a minute, and you'd think it would be done, and it was awesome, and then it would start and go for another 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was rather loud. But yeah, and then like Saturday, so I got a story to tell. So for the last 10 years, well, 13 years, I guess, I've been wearing boots that have steel toes. Ever since I bought my first pair of work boots, I've always had steel toes. And then this year, my boots kind of went to crap on me, and I was like, you know what? I got to get a new pair of boots. But I'm not going to spend the extra money on getting steel toe boots because they don't require them at work. So I bought these boots. I was feeling good about them. They looked good. They felt good. Well, then, like, literally, I wore them to work at the store one day, wore them to my job one day, and then the very next day, they had a supervisor's meeting. And the supervisors all came back and said, as of June 1st, y'all have to have steel-toe boots. So I spent $200 on boots just to turn around 2 weeks later and buy a new pair of boots that have composite toes. Yeah, they have to be safety toe boots. So needless to say,
it's surprising that you didn't need them beforehand. Like with all of you had to go to a doctor's appointment and get prescription safety glasses.
Yeah,
but steel-toe boots weren't required.
Yep, and now they're required. And I had to go buy another pair of boots. But I will say this. My feet have not felt happier after a day's work than they do today. Like, it was nice. It was like, man, these are pretty good boots. My boss is like, yeah, you're an idiot forever buying. Because my other ones were kind of cowboy boots.
I feel like for boots, like, they should just be steel toe.
Right? Well,
like, I feel like if you're buying boots for work shoes, like work boots, they should just be steel toe no matter what. If it's required, not required.
Right.
Because, like, just the odds that you drop something on your foot.
Oh, I've done it before, and it hurts quite a bit, yeah. I mean, so I guess you could say I should have stayed to the status quo and just kept my boots that I've always worn, right? Mm-hmm. And then I would have had steel toe, and I wouldn't have had to spend an extra $200. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
your new ones are comfy. So.
Yeah. Sunday we had a fun party with the football girls. We had our end of season party, which was a lot of fun. Went and did some go-kart racing, played some laser tag.
I gotta say, guys, when this one girl on our team gets her license, it will be the last day you ever see me drive on the road.
I'm going to call her out.
I will Uber
Nikki
everywhere.
better. Nikki, I hope she's listening. I know she listens every once in a while, but you better watch out when she hits the road. That's going to be scary.
There was twice in our race. So at our local go-karts, there's like this track, and it has 2 ramps in it, one that you go down and one that you go up. And she had us first, all 6 of us stuck, piled up, at the bottom of the lower ramp, like the ramp that you go down, had all of us there. And like it goes down and you have a real sharp left turn. And it was right at that left turn. She had so many people packed up. And then like, 2 laps after that, she gets all 6 of us stuck on the up ramp.
And that's a tough one because if you don't have speed going up that ramp, you roll backwards.
You don't. Yeah, you roll back.
It's a little rough one, but
twice. Had all of us piled up.
Yeah, it was a fun time. It was crazy. It was good seeing the girls again. Sad that might be one of our last times that we get to spend time with some of the girls. Until next season we'll get I think 6 of them back. I think is what we're thinking. Maybe there's something else in the works, but yeah, we'll see. So it was a good time.
Yeah.
So well, man, what did you get to watch this week? Because I'm not gonna lie, mine was we watched a lot, but I can't remember a lot of what we watched because we were watching like crime documentaries and different things like that. So I can't remember the names of a lot of them. But that's what we watched. A lot of that. I watched a lot of YouTube this week. So, Kyle Apollo, he went on like a Montreal trip and did some Disneyland and some Disney World stuff. So I've been watching a lot of that. He's kind of trying to decompress from other issues, that I got going on.
Yeah. Really the only notable things out of just my usual 3 sitcoms of Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Big Bang Theory and How I Met Your Mother is this week the brand new Lego Batman game released. And so I have been rewatching the Dark Knight trilogy, and I'm currently through Batman Begins and about halfway through the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight is so good.
They're all amazing movies.
Christopher Nolan. Yeah, does a phenomenal job with those.
And even though this is his Bat voice,
Yeah.
Christian Bale is still an amazing Batman.
you
Still
ever-
second, though.
Do you still remember the time when you dressed up as Batman one time and hid behind the door? When I came into my bedroom, you shut the door behind me and said, I don't wear hockey pants.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
But yeah, the Dark Knight trilogy is probably the best Batman trilogy.
I
or
would,
just movies in general.
I would have to concur as far as like
Christian Bale is not
next
the best
level.
Batman, but he has the best movies.
Who's the best Bat? I
Robert Pattinson.
Oh my good Lord.
Robert Pattinson, or it's not, and it's because of his movies, but Ben Affleck in the Snyder Cut of the Justice League plays an amazing Batman, but because those movies are so terrible, he was not a good Batman. And I think it's more not because he was a great Batman, but because he played an amazing Bruce Wayne.
So guys, email us, movieswiththemousepodcast at gmail.com. I am looking for a new co-host because you are incredibly wrong with that. The best Batman ever was now I can't even think of his name.
Who was it?
I was going to say Bruce Wayne. Michael Keaton from the original trilogy.
I think it's a generational thing because like Michael Keaton to me is just like a scrawny little old guy.
Right.
And so knowing that he played Batman and seeing him play Batman just kind of is like, that guy is not Batman.
Like what
kind
about
of a thing.
What about Val Kilmer?
Val Kilmer only had one movie and it wasn't that good.
Yeah, his movie wasn't good.
But wasn't his the original?
No.
No, it wasn't.
No, his was Batman.
Adam West was the original
Yeah.
Batman in the live action, and that's the really corny. That was
Yeah.
the TV
That's
show.
a bam,
with,
wham.
yeah,
You know when
with
they
Robin
punch, yeah.
and yeah. But Val Kilmer's, from what I've heard of Val Kilmer's, it was good, but it was short lived and not very good.
His movie Batman Forever, I believe, is which one he was in.
Yeah.
It was good. George Clooney did all right as Batman. Believable being like that rich snobby guy, you know, the Bruce Wayne is. But yeah, so I mean, we're totally into the woods. That ain't even Disney stuff, man. So,
But all the one, like my biggest gripe with Christian Bale's Batman is that he doesn't have like a bat cave.
right.
Like it's just a big white room that's kind of like lame to think of as the bat cave.
Doesn't he get one in the one with Bane?
I think he does, but it's been so long since I've seen them that that's why I'm rewatching them.
Yeah, I get you.
But back to my original thought, the new Lego Batman game is amazing.
Is it fun?
I have 3.5 hours on it so far, and I am 6% of the way through it.
Oh, dang.
It is massive. And there's like watching Batman Begins and stuff, like there's little like just snippets from movies and stuff. And I've seen a couple of clips on TikTok. Like there's the whole scene with the Joker where he's blowing up the hospital and he like sits there and pressing the button for a bunch of times. And it's all absolutely over exaggerated comedy because it's a Lego game.
Yeah.
So it's almost like Muppet comedy without like the Muppet noise.
Right, I get you.
And so it's just really funny to see all these movie moments where it's supposed to be comedic, and then it's like, yeah, it's really fun.
That would be way cool. But yeah, other than that, I didn't get anything to watch. I mean, we've caught up on all our Chicagos. Everything's kind of gone on break. We did watch the Netflix like hysteria that is going on with. Is it called Crash? It's about
no clue.
It's about the girl that wrecked the car going like 102 miles an hour. She ran into a building and killed the passenger and the guy in the back seat, and she ended up going to prison. Oh, I mean, spoiler alert, but it's really good. If you haven't watched it, check it out. I know there's a few other ones on that same storyline, premise that are on different streaming platforms, but that one's pretty good.
And then there's one other show that I'm going to complete disclaimer right now that this is nowhere near for children and even probably young adults. But the new show from the creators of Big Mouth called Mating Season on Netflix, if you are somebody with really dark humor, it is absolutely hilarious. And there's just moments in this show that you're watching it and like just thinking that this can't be real.
I've heard
it's
stories.
pretty good. If
Nick Kroll, right?
Yeah, if you like Big Mouth or like Rick and Morty or any of the like Adult Swim shows, you'll love this, and it's really funny. But do not let your kids in the room while you are watching this show.
I'll have to check it out. But all right, man. Well, awesome. Let's get into a little bit of news because there is a little bit going on. Not a whole lot, but there is definitely some. So why don't you kick us off with the Actually, I want to take the first one.
Yeah, I don't really want to take the
Because
first one.
this one is a little close, man. Taylor Swift is headed to infinity and beyond. The 14-time Grammy Award-winning artist has announced a brand new original song, I Knew It, I Knew You, right? Mm-hmm. That just seems like a weird title.
It does kind of seem it's a little wordy.
Right, yeah. I Knew It, I Knew You, written specifically for Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5, arriving in theaters June 19th. We are just around the corner.
2 weeks away.
I cannot wait. It's going to be super good.
Mm-hmm. And we are into our movie summer, guys.
Yeah.
Like Backrooms had come out last week. We have Scary Movie and The Breadwinner. No, Scary Movie and something else releases this week.
It's the Steven Spielberg sci-fi one.
That's the week between now and Toy Story. It's of course my AMC. Oh, He-Man.
He-Man. That was going to be good.
And then we have Disclosure Day, which looks awesome.
Yes.
And then Toy Story 5. There's a movie called Young Washington that seems like it would kind of be fun to go see, but I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, you never know.
And then just even more and more coming on. We have so much this summer. It's going to be so good.
It's going to be fun. We have a lot to go to this week.
AMC is showing World Cup games in theaters.
Really?
And so I'll probably go and catch a World Cup game or two.
That'd be fun.
Because I always enjoy watching the World Cup. Like soccer, I don't enjoy playing soccer, but watching soccer I actually kind of enjoy. Like it's fun to like see them play. And I think the World Cup kind of holds me more is because in 8th grade when the last World Cup was going on, that is all we did in classes.
That's awesome.
Because it was like the last 2 weeks of school. And so just every class we would all be watching the World Cup or the teacher would have it on and it would just be so much fun with all of us watching it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But yeah, we got so many cool things to watch and just take in here pretty soon. I can't wait for it. It's going to be a blast. So why don't you take us to our next bit of Disney news, man?
Alrighty, yeah.
We're going to skip the one.
Bit of Disney news is Disney released the first official map of the magic of Disney animation at Disney's Hollywood Studios, giving the clearest picture yet of what is inside. 5 zones. Olaf Draws, the audio animatronic Olaf drawing class, which I think is going to be awesome. The animation classes are always cool, and you're going to have an Olaf animatronic.
That's what I'm really excited for.
I really want the Olaf animatronic that they have over in Paris that like walks around and is super...
Yes, that would be so cool.
I don't know what it is, but the U.S. parks are not getting nearly as cool of animatronics as the international parks are.
Right.
Like all of the animatronics in the Zootopia land that opened in, it was either Shanghai or Hong Kong.
I'm not sure.
That opened with the whole Zootopia land. They're all amazing. Like they have the snake up in the window. They have a huge Chief Bogo. Like they all look amazing. All right, the next zones in the magic of Disney animation. Off the page, which we don't really know what it is. I mean, I assume we know what it is, but I don't know what it is.
Off the page is the character meet and greet that they're going to be doing.
The Once Upon a Studio Theater, the Draw to Wonderland Playground, which I think could be an awesome playground.
Although I did see that it is going to be for kids like 13 months and up to about 5.
But they need that.
Yeah, and it's going to be really cool. It's going to be themed to like the original Alice in Wonderland drawings, and so it's going to be really cool.
And then the most exciting thing that I am like absolutely hyped up for in this new area is the art gallery that they are going to have.
Right.
Because I think that there's just going to be so much cool Disney art rotating through there.
I think it'll be way cool. Something else that you didn't put in here, it's not part of the 5 zones, but you're going to be exiting through, guess what? A gift shop. And so you're going to be able to...
Always.
You're going to be able to go in, and I'm hoping that there's a lot of art.
There's a lot of Oswald merch.
That'd be cool. Yeah. A lot of art, a lot of cool things that you can buy, you know, like that represents like...
Because like
the old stuff.
Hollywood Studios doesn't have a lot where you can go and buy like a lot of old school, like old-timey Disney merch, and I think this would be the perfect place to sell like Pinocchio and Sleeping Beauty and Snow White and Cinderella and all of those like 1970s and later or earlier films would be a great place to sell that merchandise.
Yeah, just cool like drawing cartoons. Not so much like the Frozen and the Toy Stories and Pixar stuff, but the stuff that was
you'll
like
have that stuff
hand-animated.
in there every now and then when new stuff comes out, because when new stuff drops, it goes into a lot of gift shops.
Right.
And so But yeah, I'm insanely excited for this. And this next bit of news is why this is like almost number one on my list to go and do when we're down there in September.
I'm really thinking that Hollywood Studios
is the park to be at this summer.
Yeah. So the reimagined Walt Disney Studios courtyard in animation courtyard has become top spot for at Hollywood Studios for character interactions. Up to 5 characters roam freely throughout the day. No queues, no formal meet and greets, with Goofy, Pluto, Donald, Chip and Dale, Mulan, and Rapunzel all listed in the My Disney Experience app with scheduled appearance times. Now, with that being said, I did also read that once the Off the Page opens up, it'll kind of go back to what we're used to in Florida.
Which is what shouldn't happen.
Right. I
like
like
they
what
should
they're
have
doing now.
both.
I love what they're doing now with roaming characters.
Like, there's not... Like, I think the only place on property that you can truly see roaming characters from time to time is Galaxy's Edge and Toy Story Land.
Right.
That you'll see people just out and about, and even then they kind of keep them to a spot and then start to form a line.
Right.
But, like, just roaming characters in a courtyard, like, if there's... Say you have 2 characters out there at a time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small courtyard in the back right side of the park.
Yep.
There's not going to be a ton of people over there once, like, it's not fresh anymore. And that would be the perfect place to go, and you walk over there, and there's Peter Pan going wandering around.
That'd be cool.
And, like, there's a few, like, I know I've seen Peter Pan roaming around Fantasyland before a couple of times. And, like, there's every now and then, but there's not a whole lot of characters.
Right.
And usually the roaming characters are the... How do I put this? Non-fuzzy characters?
Yeah.
If that's the way to put it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Face characters.
So, but I'm really excited for it. I would love to see characters roaming in Orlando.
I like the thought of it a lot. A little bit of news that we didn't put in here. This week on May 26th, we actually saw the new Bluey experience over at the Conservation Station open up. And even to get back to Conservation Station, that's a mouthful there in itself, you had to get on the virtual queue. Well, the first 2 days, virtual queue was gone in seconds. But by the 4th or 5th day, they've completely done away with virtual queue because the crowd had already died down so much for it.
I think that's very sad.
Yes.
But, like, it's a very targeted audience, you know? Like, obviously, like, our family would go and see it once.
Right.
But then after that, we wouldn't go and see it again.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's a very young, targeted audience, and I don't think a virtual queue is really needed for that, because then it's making the parents do so much more work in the morning to get on and be there and spamming refresh to get that virtual queue to go and meet Bluey, where that's just not the work that they need to be doing. You know?
But on the cool side of it, I was watching Kyle Paulo, and he had some of the coolest shots of some of the merch that they have. It's Bluey in front of, like, the Cinderella's castle. There's a couple really cool hoodies. I'm like, man, I really want to get some Bluey merch. So
yeah, it'd be awesome.
The merch is going crazy, man. Like, the Bluey merch is
good because, like, that's the Bluey. Like, there wasn't a spot that really Bluey merch made sense to place anywhere, but now we have that, and it's there. And it really, like, Conservation Station, I had been once, and I think we got off the train.
We rode back, got off the train, turned around, got right back on it, because we had a lightning lane for Avatar Flight of Passage, and it was down, and we by the time we got back over there, got back over to Conservation Station, it was like it had gone back up.
Yeah.
So we jumped on the train again, went back, and then rode Flight of Passage.
But yeah, I've never really been over there.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good use of the space.
All right, man. Well, let's jump into this week in Disney history because, man, we have a big feature presentation. So I know we're kind of blowing through this pretty fast, guys, but I really want to talk about our feature presentation. So June 3rd, 1999, Walt Disney World's newest attraction, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, debuts in Magic Kingdom. For being a dark ride and being tailored to more the littles, I love this ride.
It's a fun one.
Minus the really gross honey wall.
Well, yeah. But you got to lick the honey wall at one point in your life. Right?
I don't think I'll ever lick the honey wall.
I don't think I'll ever touch the honey wall.
I think I would lick the floor at the petting zoo before I would lick the honey wall.
I think I would lick the floor on Main Street before I licked the honey wall.
It's so gross. I watch kids like
I might lick a Disney bathroom floor before I lick the honey wall.
Oh man, that's gross.
And I know that it probably gets washed a pretty decent bit. Like
Right.
it probably gets wiped down in the morning, at night, and then probably at some point in the middle of the day.
But it's still a lot of
But
people.
it's still so many people that go
And
through there
little
and touch
kids.
it. And it's little kids, and it's just the whole queue of Winnie the Pooh is just like germ city.
Can we get, like, you see it, like, I know we did it in science class when I was like in 6th or 7th grade, but you take like the swab, you rub it on the thing, and then you put it in the petri dish and you watch the bacteria grow. I want to see what that petri dish looks like.
It would be disgusting.
Yeah.
Alrighty, May 31st, 2012, the first phase of Disney's Art of Animation Resort opens at Walt Disney World.
So I have not stayed at Art of Animation yet.
Have we ever even been over to Art of Animation?
I have, just because when I was staying at Pop Century that time, it's right next to Art of Animation, so I've kind of walked by it. I can't even say that I've actually been there.
Value, or not of it, value.
Yeah, it's a value resort. Yeah, it's value / moderate because you get the convenience of the Skyliner. So I'd say it's like a value moderate.
Yeah, it's like the same way that like the Grandestino Tower feels like a moderate deluxe.
Yes, 100%. So May 30th, 2014, Disney's dark fantasy adventure film Maleficent opens in the U.S. theaters. I have yet to see this because I just have no interest in this. It has Angelina Jolie, which, for the most part, she's an all right actress. I don't mind her movies. But the Maleficent movies just never did anything. It never drew me into it.
They're very good movies, but it's hard to see them the way that they're marketed because like it just tries to turn the villain's story into making you feel better about them. Mm-hmm. And that's sort of like that's the same thing that they did with like Cruella. Mm-hmm. But they do it in such a way that it just kind of makes you feel like now watching the original cartoon, Maleficent isn't cool anymore.
Kind of turns down her bad factor a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. Like, but like this movie it's a beautiful movie. Like the way that it's shot and the scenes in it, it's all very beautiful. But it's hard to take that out of factor of she's supposed to be a bad guy.
Right.
So that's my biggest gripe with these movies.
So awesome. All right. Well, let's get into our.
However, I would love a Hades movie.
That could be good.
I think it'd be a really good movie.
But you have to make him funny and dark at the same time. Mm-hmm. Have to be. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's get into our rotating segment this week because, boy, do I have a fun one for you. I get a pick at this week.
I have no clue
and so
what this
you
is.
Are on.
This is either going to be really good or really bad. There's no between.
You're in that hot seat here, bud.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to do bad descriptions, right?
Okay. Of movies or?
Yeah, movies.
Okay.
But I need you to name the character
that
from which the movie is from, okay?
So it's a bad description of a character.
Yes. From these movies. They can be from any Disney genre, okay?
So are you telling me the movie beforehand? And
Nope.
Then, okay, gotcha.
Nope. You just have to guess. So it could be Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, Avengers. It could be anything, okay? All right, so here's the first
I'm
one.
Get like the National Geographic narrator.
Let me see here. I got a whole bunch here, so I'm going to pick 3 of these. A small town sanitation worker becomes convinced his coworker is involved in an elaborate conspiracy.
A small town sanitation worker?
A small town sanitation worker becomes convinced his coworker is involved in an elaborate conspiracy.
The sanitation worker part makes me want to say Wall-E. But I feel like it's not Wall-E. Sanitation worker becomes involved.
I'm going to tell you, these are pretty hard. Some of them.
Can I get a hint of where it comes from? Like Disney, Pixar, Marvel?
This is actually in the Pixar realm.
In the Pixar realm.
Doesn't help you much because you were kind of already in that realm and now you're like, crap.
These are a little rough. Because I can't think of any other character that it would be other than Wall-E, but that's just off the sanitation worker. But then like Eve, like but him and Eve aren't really co-workers. I'm going to go Wall-E.
It is not Wall-E. It is actually Mater from Toy Story or from Cars 2.
Okay, now the conspiracy makes sense, but the sanitation worker
he's a tow truck.
He's
so,
he's
it's
a tow
kind
truck.
of, yeah.
So it's a little rough, but okay.
All right, so I'll give you a little bit easier one this time. You'll get this one right away. A seafood enthusiast infiltrates a prestigious culinary institution and quickly gains influence over management.
A seafood enthusiast. So I'm immediately thinking like Finding Nemo, Finding Dory.
Infiltrates a prestigious culinary institution
But that
and
makes me
quickly
think
gains
Ratatouille.
influence over management.
That makes me think Ratatouille, that it's Remy, but it doesn't make sense that the seafood enthusiast would make sense.
Let's change it to food enthusiast.
Okay, then it's Remy.
Okay, it is Remy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The seafood enthusiast didn't really make sense. I don't think he ever makes seafood in there.
Right. Okay, ready? Let's go to a next one. All right. A childless homeowner weaponizes weather patterns to settle a personal dispute.
A childless homeowner weaponizes the weather patterns
To settle a personal dispute.
You know, this immediately just makes me think of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
No, not
because that's the plot of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Read it to me one more time.
A childless homeowner weaponizes weather patterns to settle a personal dispute.
So I'm thinking villain. Childless. I want to say Hades because of the Titans. And they're all weather themed. But I just have a feeling that's not. But he is a childless homeowner. Because he has no kids. But he also doesn't technically have like a home. But I don't know who. Can I get a hint on where this comes from?
It comes from Pixar.
From Pixar, so it's not Hades.
Childless homeowner. Really focus in on that for a minute.
Childless homeowner?
All right, man.
I
Time's
really,
up.
I really have no clue. I don't know who's a childless homeowner in the Pixar universe.
If I give you one more hint, maybe you'll get it.
Okay.
Him and his wife never had children.
Him and his wife never had children? I don't really see how that it said it was childless.
Right? I mean, him and his wife.
Carl Fredricksen.
Carl Fredricksen is right, man.
The weather patterns kind of like, it finally clicked that like using the balloons is technically manipulating the weather patterns.
Right.
But could you also see where I was coming at with Hades?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because like the Titans are all weather and he uses them to settle a personal dispute.
100%.
So,
all right.
That was really fun.
This will be your last one. I want to give you one more, see if you can get this one, because I got this one pretty quick. All right. A former celebrity struggles with an identity crisis after discovering newer technology exists.
Wait, read it again.
A former celebrity struggles with an identity crisis after discovering newer technology exists.
Iron Man?
It is not Iron Man. So
I tried to get like a quick poll with that.
So let me pull the curtain back behind Movies with the Mouse a little bit. I use ChatGPT for a lot of my segments, right? A lot like game segments and stuff like that. This one could go two different ways. And I think they got it wrong. Because the answer is Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. But a celebrity who has an identity crisis after newer technology, would you not say that would be Woody and not Buzz?
I would say so, yeah.
Right?
But the identity crisis makes sense for Buzz because he figures out that he's a toy.
Right. You're a toy, Buzz. All right. Anyways, that was fun.
Yeah.
I'm never as good as you are when it comes up to the rotating segment. So we'll have to get you back on track here next week. So, all right, guys. Well, for our feature presentation this week, this spawns from one of my favorite attractions inside Disney World.
Just take my segment. No, that's fine.
Oh, I always do that.
I
always do that. No. I'm sorry. Go ahead and
feature presentation time.
Let's get to everybody's favorite part of the week.
Alrighty, the quote of the week this week. Around here, however, we don't look backwards for very long. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors and doing new things because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. Walt Disney.
I think this fits perfectly into our feature presentation.
100% it does. That's why I did it.
100%. I've always loved this quote from Walt because it's one that I always go back to when things change.
It's just one that Walt stuck to and that all of Walt's disciples stuck to.
Right.
Because if like these qualities, and Walt wasn't so strong on, we got to keep moving forward. There's no standstill. There's no a park's finished. Like we got to keep moving forward, and that's why the park continues to get updated, and that's why. Yes, the news that we got this week made me very mad, and I was kind of upset about it. But it also it's what Walt would have wanted. That just really keeps it pushing, you know.
Right. Yeah. This is one that I always go back to when things are changing, or I'm embarking on a new adventure. I always look at this quote and just think, what would Walt do? Like what, WWWD. What would Walt do? And just because he was such an imaginary guy, and his thoughts were so grand, and he always just kept fighting for those. If it took him down a new path,
he never thought short term either.
Right, and if it was something there, he was always trying to get better and do better. And I love this quote. So good job, man. And like I said, this fits great with our feature presentation. So now for our feature presentation. This week's feature presentation comes from a couple things. One, I just didn't have a lot of time, but I did have a little bit of time to prepare for this one because I love this attraction so much in Walt Disney World. So the title for your feature presentation this week, guys, is There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, and we are talking about Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress, one of my favorite attractions inside of all of Disney properties.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to start?
I will. Yeah, I will. Absolutely. So Carousel of Progress, the history of Walt Disney's most optimistic attraction. When guests walk into Tomorrowland at the Magic Kingdom, they pass an attraction that many people overlook. It doesn't have a big line. It doesn't have a height requirement, and it certainly isn't the flashiest ride in the park. Yet for many fans, Carousel of Progress is one of the most important attractions Disney has ever created. Why, you may ask, Emmett?
Well, why?
Well, I will tell you why. And that's because it represents Walt Disney's belief that tomorrow could always be better than today.
Yeah, so the origins before the Carousel of Progress. The story actually begins before Disneyland. In the 1950s, Walt Disney developed an idea for a Disneyland area called Edison Square, which would showcase how electricity transformed everyday American life. The land was never built, but the concept stayed with Walt. A few years later, General Electric approached Walt Disney about creating a pavilion for the 1964-1965 New York World's Fair. General Electric wanted to showcase modern technology and electrical innovation. Walt saw the perfect opportunity to bring his Edison Square concept to life. The results was Progress Land, home to the attraction that would become Carousel of Progress.
The 1964 New York's World Fair, Carousel of Progress debuted at the World's Fair alongside several other legendary Disney attractions. Now, this was huge. Like
there was so much.
Walt Disney owned the New York's World Fair. Because the four attractions that he brought were It's a Small World, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, Ford's Magic Skyway, and Carousel of Progress. The attraction immediately stood out because of its unique theater design. Most guests assume the stage rotates, which it doesn't. The audience rotates around 6 stationary stages. Disney designed a giant rotating theater that could move thousands of guests every hour while presenting a seamless story. Even today, it's one of the most innovative ride systems Disney has ever created.
So the Ford's Magic Skyway is probably the least talked about of all of these attractions that came out of the 1965 World's Fair. And from looking at pictures of it just now, I've heard of it, but I've never really gone into it. But I just looked up a few pictures of it. It seems like it very much so is the concept of Test Track.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's basically a people mover with Ford cars, and you're kind of going around, and then it goes outside, and you're going over this big, outside loop around the building.
Okay.
And so it very much so resembles the look of Test Track.
So like the predecessor to Test Track.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah, it's you now.
Alrighty. The Sherman Brothers and a Disney anthem. For the attraction, Walt turned to the once again to the Sherman Brothers. They wrote what many Disney fans consider Walt Disney's unofficial theme song. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow.
There's a great big beautiful tomorrow.
Shining at the end of every day.
There's a great big beautiful tomorrow. And tomorrow is just a dream away.
Well, man had a dream, and that's a start. He followed his dream with mind and heart. And when it becomes a reality, it's a dream come true for you and me. Oh, there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
We're getting canceled.
Come on, dude. Why?
Because I'm laughing. Because
I
I know that one of our listeners, a.k.a. your mom, has already turned this off, and she is throwing her phone out the window.
The song perfectly captures Walt's optimism and belief in progress. Unlike many attractions that celebrate fantasy, Carousel of Progress celebrated real-world innovation and the idea that technology could improve people's life. That message became the heart of the attraction.
From New York to Disneyland, when the World's Fair ended in 1965, Disney relocated Carousel of Progress to Disneyland, where it reopened in 1967. The show received updates because technology was already advancing rapidly. This would become one of the attraction's biggest challenges. A show about the future eventually becomes a show about the past. Disney would spend decades trying to keep the attraction relevant while preserving its original message. Excuse me.
Okay, is this where we want to go into the news that came out of this week? Because I feel like this kind of fits.
Not yet. Let's keep going.
Alrighty. Arriving at Walt Disney World, in 1975, the Carousel of Progress was moved again, this time to Tomorrowland at Walt Disney World. This is where one of the attraction's biggest changes occurred. General Electric wanted the focus to shift from tomorrow to today. As a result, the famous Sherman Brothers song was removed and replaced with a new theme song, The Best Time of Your Life. Many fans remember it by its opening lyric, "Now is the time." For nearly 20 years, guests visited Walt Disney World heard this version instead of Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow.
All right, we got to pause there because I have never heard this song.
I have never heard it either.
And I could not imagine Carousel of Progress with anything other than A Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow.
What was the best time of your life?
The best time of your life.
Okay, this is it. I mean, it's not as catchy.
Yeah, it's definitely,
it's nowhere near as good.
It feels like I need to pull up a sarsaparilla and really get
it feels very old-timey.
Right.
It's not.
All right, cut that.
It's not crazy.
That one would be rough. I would not care for that.
But it was a different ride at the time.
Right.
So it could have fit that one.
So the return of Walt's vision. In 1994, Disney made a major decision. The attraction was renamed Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. More importantly, the Sherman Brothers' original song returned. There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow once again became the soundtrack of the attraction, restoring the optimistic spirit Walt originally envisioned. The version remains the foundation of the show guests experience today.
The Carousel of Progress isn't really a ride. It's a rotating theater show that follows one American family through the 20th century and beyond. The guests sit in a circular theater that slowly rotates through 4 different scenes while the father of the family, John, narrates the story. The attraction shows how technology can transform everyday life from generations to generations.
All right, so here's where I want to break down each scene real quick, scene by scene. So I will start with the first one, man. Mm-hmm. So the first scene takes place around 1900. The family is experiencing many modern conveniences for the first time. John proudly discusses electric lighting, indoor plumbing, new household technology, gas lamps, and early electricity. The family is amazed by innovations that we all innovations. Excuse, I knew I said that wrong.
Combining inventions and innovations.
That's why I started a
innovations.
Innovations that we now take for granted. One of the attraction's reoccurring jokes begins here. John confidently believes life couldn't possibly get any better. Of course, every future scene proves him wrong.
Okay, so the scene 2 takes place in the Roaring '20s. As the theater rotates, guests move into the 1920s. Technology continues to improve daily life. The family now enjoys radio entertainment, which I could not imagine the radio being the only form of entertainment in the household.
I would.
How are you supposed to play Rocket League on a radio?
I would love it though, because I love listening to like books on tape, right? And that's essentially what it was. You'd have different programs on there, like the Lone Ranger, I know was one of them.
Yeah.
But like even modern day, like there's podcasts out there that are like, they're dramatized podcasts. So they're it's actually like you're just listening to the TV show in the background, So I would love that.
Improved electrical appliances, modern conveniences in the kitchen. I think this is like where he talks about how no longer having an ice box and having an electric fridge or something like that.
Yeah.
I think this is when it is. And faster changing lifestyles. The family's home feels noticeably more modern, yet John remains convinced that progress has nearly reached its peak.
And then between every scene, you get to hear, "There's a great big beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just a dream away."
Well, man had a dream, and that's a start. He followed his dream with mind and heart. And when it becomes a reality, the dream come true for you and me. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
And some more. Dude, we got a handle on that, man.
We do.
We got some pretty good harmony when I'm not laughing. Scene 3 is in the 1940s. Many fans consider this the strongest and most charming scene. Set around the end of World War II, the family now enjoys refrigerators, modern kitchen appliances, improved lighting, labor-saving household technology. The children have grown older, and Grandma continues to deliver some of the show's funniest moments. Why doesn't this talk about Uncle Orville?
I don't think I even remember.
Uncle Orville's the one that's in the bathroom. Can't nobody get any privacy around here?
Oh, yeah.
In this scene, the scene feels warm and nostalgic, reminding guests how dramatically life changed in just a few decades.
There's a great big beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day.
There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just a dream away. Man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows his dream with mind and heart, and when it becomes a reality, the dream come true for you and me. Oh, there's a great big beautiful tomorrow
shining at the end.
All right, get us in.
Okay, the final scene is the future. The final scene jumps ahead to a futuristic family gathering. When Disney updated the scene in 1994, it imagined technologies that seemed incredible at the time. Video chatting, voice-controlled devices, virtual reality, smart home technology, advanced entertainment systems. The funny thing is that many of these future inventions now exist in our everyday lives. What once seemed like a science fiction has become a reality, and which in many ways proves the attraction's message: progress never stops. Okay, I do kind of have a little gripe. If the first scene takes place in like the early 1900s, and by the end we have video chat and all of this, how is Grandma still around?
Oh, Emmett. Ouch.
Better yet, how is John still around?
Right? Yeah.
Like, they should be pretty old now.
Well, he'd be 100, right?
He would. I mean, not like now, because like think of it. If this is like placing it in 1994, if he was like, he would be really old.
Yeah.
Because like he was probably what?
No, he'd be 100.
Let's
say
say 30. Let's say 30 in the first scene.
Right.
By the time we get to 94, he's old.
Yeah, he's in his hundreds.
And Grandma is immortal. Grandma would be like 150.
She's been saying her prayers and taking her vitamins, brother.
Yeah.
The real story isn't technology. One of the most important things to understand about Carousel of Progress is that it isn't really about gadgets. It's about people. Guests watch the same family grow and adapt through multiple generations.
You good?
No, I don't know why they just hit me, man. The attraction shows innovation, change, changes ordinary lives, helping families communicate, work, and live more comfortably. The message Walt cared about: technology isn't the hero people are.
The Carousel of Progress isn't beloved because it's thrilling. It's beloved because it represents Walt Disney's philosophy better than almost any other attraction. Walt believed that imagination and innovation could create a better future. Every scene reinforces that idea. Even when the technology becomes outdated, the message remains timeless.
So, now for the big news. This dropped last week. I want to say it was like Wednesday?
Like late last week.
Yeah. And the massive change have been announced for 2026. So last week, Disney announced the largest transformation of Carousel of Progress since 1994. The attraction will close in July of 2026 and will reopen in 2027 with significant updates. The biggest addition will be an audio animatronic of Walt Disney appearing in a recreation of his original 1964 presentation. Disney also announced an entirely reimagined journey through the American history, including the summer of '69. The summer of '60. No, okay, no. I thought we were going there, man. During the Apollo 11 moon landing, the 1980s, which was a great decade, New Year's Eve in 1999, and then a newly imagined future inspired by Walt Disney's original concept. Perhaps the best news of all, though. There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow will be returning as the soundtrack.
I'm so glad that's stuck.
So there's a couple things in this that I am really, really excited for. I am over the moon excited about the Walt Disney animatronic.
The Walt animatronic is going to be amazing, and that first scene, it puts Walt into Orlando.
Right.
He's never really had anything to really put him in Orlando other than One Man's Dream.
Yep.
But this is putting him into Orlando the same way that they're doing in Disneyland.
Right. 100%.
But my biggest problem with this is that ride, other than the changes in 1964, is Walt's work from the
1994.
1994 is Walt's work from the 1964-65 World's Fair. Like, that is purely Walt's work in Orlando. That is all designed by him. It is all his work, and it's the same thing with taking out Muppet Vision 3D. You're taking the work out of it.
Right.
Like, because there's other things that are like Pirates, Walt had big hands in. Haunted Mansion, Walt had big, like, he has those, but those were obviously going to come over from other parks. This is exclusive to
Walt Disney
the Magic Kingdom, and it kind of gripes me that we're having such a big change in Walt Disney's original work, where none of this would be where it is today without his work.
Right.
And that's my biggest pain with it.
But like Walt said, nothing in his parks will ever be like a museum. And we're always constantly changing. Hence the message that we get from Carousel of Progress, right? I am super excited for the scenes. I think they knocked these out of the park. I think these are going to be the best scenes that they could do for right now. I think it brings us a little bit closer to now. 1969, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And so it really brings it brings us a little bit closer, and then we get to see a futuristic thing. But I'm super excited that, like I said, the Walt animatronic, and get to hear the presentation that he did for the 1964 World's Fair just before you get to see Carousel Project. I cannot wait for that.
It's going to be awesome, and I'm glad that they're honoring him in the way of giving him this animatronic.
Right. So yeah, I'm super excited for it. I am sad to see it go because we did get to see it one last time before in 2024 when we went. We got to see it one last time. But now it is that version we won't get to see again because by the time we get down there in September, the ride will already be closed. So
yep.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. It's going to be big. I kind of had some mixed opinions about it until now, but I think it's going to be good.
Yeah. But for more than 60 years after its debut at the New York World's Fair, Carousel of Progress remains one of Disney's most important attractions. It is Walt Disney's belief in the future turned into a theme park experience. The ride has survived multiple moves, several major updates, changing sponsors, changing technologies, and changing generations of guests. Yet its core message remains exactly the same. The future is something to look forward to. And as the Sherman Brothers reminded us all these years ago,
there's a great big beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just a dream away. Man had a dream, and that's a start, and follows his dream with mind and heart. And when it becomes a reality, a dream come true for you and me. Oh, there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Yeah, anyways. So, yeah, I love Carousel of Progress. When our first trip back in from our first trip back in 2017, this was one of the rides that I had to ride for sure. I didn't know much about Disney World. And so I was doing some YouTubing, some research, and like everybody's like, you got to ride this. We rode it. I fell in love with it the moment I rode it. Mom, on the other hand, Steph, I know you absolutely hate that song and you hate this ride because that song to you is annoying. But to me, this is the embodiment of Walt Disney. And he is such a true inspiration to me. And like, this is just part of him. A little insider tip, right before the park closes, if you can get into this ride about 11:50 or like 10:55, the park closes at 11, you will get Main Street to yourself. I'm just saying.
Can we also just kind of go on the fact that the Sherman brothers wrote in 1 year wrote 2 of Disney's most iconic songs that a lot of people find annoying now.
Right.
Because they wrote It's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow and they wrote It's a Small World.
It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a later time.
Yeah, that's going to be stuck in my head now.
Yep.
But yeah, such a great,
but you know how to get it out?
Attraction. There's a great... but no, this is one of my favorite attractions. I think I got to experience it with each one of you guys on our 2017 trip. With just the two of us. I know me and you did it one night, me and Kaylee did it another night, and then me and Mom went on a date night, and we got to experience it that same night. If you're tired and you're really hot, it's a good place to take a nap.
It's a great place to cool down.
It's a good place to take a nap. I've never fallen asleep in it because...
It's a great place to take a nap for 5 minutes and then get struck awake with the song.
Right.
But still, those little 5 minute naps in Disney World, those are the best.
And I'm pretty sure that like when me and you were on this attraction together, we're the annoying guys that will sing from the top of our lungs.
Oh, yeah, no.
Who isn't? Some cool facts about this ride. In each scene, there is one person that is in every single shot. Well, I guess you could say 2 because John's in there as well. Mm-hmm. But do you know who the second person is?
The dog.
The dog. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
also, that dog wouldn't be there.
Yeah. I mean, what's that dog got going on?
But yeah, I love this ride. Like, it's so calming and so relaxing, and it's a great way to just take that kind of midday kind of lazy break for a little bit while staying in the parks. That just makes it so much fun to go and do.
Right.
And it's just awesome. And the fact that it has survived nearly 60 years now. Yeah, it has survived 60 years now with getting moved from New York to California to Orlando to then having changed it. Like, it is just absolutely insane to me.
Right. And another cool tidbit is the Carousel of Progress, because it's a running continuous scene since 1964, in one form or another, Walt Disney often cites Carousel of Progress as the longest running and most performed stage show in American theater history. That's more than 60 years of performances. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you can really say that, but I'm going to take it because Walt said it.
I mean, yeah. After reading The Kingdom Keepers, the rides don't shut down at night.
Right. They just keep going.
So.
Now I'm scared. Anyways.
John's after us.
Emmett, why don't you give us some closing statements, man?
I think one thing coming out of this is that you shouldn't hold on to things because they're old and you love them and it brings you joy of that nostalgia. And that you can do that whilst also looking forward and being excited for everything that comes in the future. You have so many more opportunities down the road to do something awesome and cool with whatever it may be, that you shouldn't hold on to the cool things that you've done in the past to hold you back from doing those.
Right. I totally agree, man. I think that's a beautiful mark on the end of the show. I mean, my closing statements, man, like always, pop some popcorn, sit down with the family, watch this over on YouTube. Talk about like the different things that you guys would want to see in Carousel of Progress, what the future world is to your family.
What I'm kind of scared for is that said new futuristic technology from Walt's original ideas. And what did Walt have for the future as a backup plan?
Right.
Back in 1964.
Could have been pretty scary.
We have no clue what we are in for if it is truly Walt's original backup ideas.
Right. Yeah, so we're in for it.
Yeah.
But another closing statement, guys. This week has been emotionally rough on our family. And the one thing I can take away from this week is just be there with family, love each other, just spend as much time as you can with each other, because our time isn't guaranteed. And we got to make sure that we, take care of each other. And that's what it's all about, Like Carousel of Progress, it's not about the technology, it's about the people. And I think that's kind of why I broke down there for a second. But just love each other. Just love each other and be happy and make those memories while you can, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. So that's all I got, man.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's journey through the magic of Disney movies. Thanks for watching, listening, and dreaming with us. And until next time, may your week be filled with adventure, laughter, and a little bit of Disney magic. And always remember,
there's a great big beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just a dream away. Man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows his dream with mind and heart. And when it becomes a reality, the dream come true for you and me. Oh, there's a great big beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just a dream away. Good night, guys.
Good night.
This has been YDF Media Productions.